Hey y'all, Dan the Man here. We're back, and thank you for coming back. And I think what I'm gonna do today is talk about a pretty nice setup I've got. We'll run all the way through it. We've got the SilverPlay RTA, the Tessera, or the Tessera, Eleaf mod, and even the juice. And it's a commercial juice. And I'm kind of excited to talk about it, believe it or not. And that, my friends, does not happen very often. Oh, and Coca-Cola Classic. Can't beat the real thing. And I did not get paid for that. It'd be cool. But I like me a Coca-Cola. And this is old school. When when I was coming up, you could get an 8-pack of Cokes. And they didn't have these stickers on them either. And I remember I saved an 8-pack from 1986, 87 of old school Coke bottles. Yeah, it was awesome. Anyhow, this is not a screw on top. Thank you very much. Lighter, soda. You take and put it on the two of the bumps. Alright? Make your finger a fulcrum and pow. Wow. The first hit of a Coke. The first hit out of a Coke, thank you very much. Out of a bottle, not plastic, is just and not a can either. Anywho, yeah, this little mod. All right, well, what do I talk about first? Okay, the SilverPlay. I'll leave a link for the SilverPlay RTA. I did a review, and even though it's a pain in the, it's, I think the design of the tank and the juice flow control, it could have been better. But once this thing is wicked and built, wicked, put together, excuse me, and vaped, it doesn't take a lot of liquid. And this thing's a pretty nice little flavor banging RTA. Single coil. I really like the way it wicks. Okay, 0.53 ohm coil. All right, 0.53. Uh-huh. All right. Anywho, 22 watts, 3.41 volts, and it's 1:50 in the afternoon. Actually, it's not. On the 7th. It's 2:50 actually. I never did change that. Now, I've got this liquid in there. It's okay, so let's get it back. It's called Payday by Broke Dick. If you've never heard of these guys, they're funny. They're crude. They've got crude advertising. It can be taken like different ways, you know, the way they say stuff. It's funny. Guy humor. Um Anywho, I'm surprised. Now, alright, I'll talk about that in a minute. I want to take a vape. 22 watts. That's nice, man. You can take a nice long pull on it. You can dial it in to how dense you like your vape, how airy you like it, how much flavor you want. And not only that, what flavors you want to taste. Now, that brings us to Payday. Okay, I don't know, let me tell you what I taste before we read what they say this is. Now, you can read on the side, and it says adult milkshake. Now, I don't know about you, but when I hear adult and it's on a vape juice and it's uh, it's a liquid that we're vaping, I'm gonna think alcohol, right? That's where my mind goes. Or tobacco. But now I do have the advantage of having read the description, but I took notes before I read the description before I bought the thing, okay? But my memory is not all that. My short-term memory, might as well forget about it. So I couldn't remember what it was. I did remember a milkshake, bananas, caramel on the picture, okay? Now you notice how I slowed down and I pulled back up. I wanted to get it a little more dense, so I took a slower hit. This thing can keep up. Hell yeah. Now, going back to the flavor. The first thing you get when you go to pick this up is a rich smell. When I pick this up and I'm bringing it to my mouth, I can smell a rich yumminess, man. I mean, I really can. Whoever mixed this, whoever created this is good. I make my own e-liquid. I'm a DIYer. I know flavors, how they work, how they mix together, and that's good. It's well layered. For instance, pulling for the pull. An inhale. I don't get the bourbon. I'm not tasting the bourbon at all. That bourbon must add the richness to this, that extra oomph. And I'd like to know what bourbon they're using. I sure would. They'll never tell me that. I'm not tasting the banana heavy. There's no heavy banana. It's a creamy banana, and it's good. It's not candy. It's just a hint, though. It's not overwhelming. And of course, the milkshake, the mouthfeel is just spectacular. Yeah, the mouthfeel is splendid. Now, I'm enjoying this whole setup. I mean, you see me vaping, and this is how I'm doing it. Normal. It's a very pleasurable experience. from the smell to the initial hit. On the exhale, I don't like coconut vape, bam, at all. There's such a minuscule hint of coconut sliding into that creamy, caramelly, banana-ish bourbon pop of flavor. Is just good, man. It's not overly sweet. As a matter of fact, I would say they don't add sweetener to this. It's not gunking up my coils real bad than what a custard would do, you know. So it's the natural sweetness of it. It's freaking good, man. It's a pleasurable vape. I've got this same thing in several different setups, but this is by far the most pleasurable setup with that particular liquid in here. Excuse me. It's good, my friend. Now, I'm at 47% battery life on the Tessera, or the Tessera. What am I doing? I'm just like bolting dart. Can we even read it? Can we get to there? Of course. So you see that 47%. It's about as good as I'm gonna get my camera nowadays. I don't know what happened to it, but anywho, this is my second day straight of hitting on this. Now, it's not the only thing I'm vaping. So I've got 5 or 6 things that I vape at once throughout the day. And I've been mouth to lunging a lot lately. It's a nice setup, man. Now, you could get this kit and then put that on there, and I think that you'll be very happy with it. Let's check something out. I want you guys to hear. I want you to hear something, okay? That's what I want. Now listen. Tessera. That's the American way to say it. Tessera. Tessera. Believe it or not, that's the British way to say it. Tessera. So there you go. It's one of the small squares of stone or glass used in making mosaic patterns. That's what this is. I mean, you can see the mosaic patterns. There's another definition, but what would be the point of reading it? Oh, for educational purposes? Okay. A die, a tally, etc., used in classical times, made of bone or wood. A small square of bone or wood or the like, used in ancient Rome as a token, a tally, a ticket, etc. There you go with that. Okay, now let's read the description on brokedick.com of the Payday. Right? The Payday? Yeah, the Payday. I got a bunch of juices from them, 4 to be exact. They had the steep some, and we'll talk about those another time. Anyways, this candy store concoction infuses each puff with notes of blended bourbon, combined with satisfyingly smooth hints of coconut, caramel, butterscotch, and just a kiss of cappuccino. Honestly, this is why you work all week. Payday is our #1 ordered vape juice. I mean, reordered. Excusez-moi. So there we go, my friends. That is straight from the horse's mouth. Yeah, I said it. I said it. My brothers and sisters, peace out. One last thing, my friends, head on over to my friends at healthcabin.net. For the kit, $62. But we're not talking about this RTA either. The RTA, you can get, I can't remember the exact price, but around 10 bucks at 8vape.com. Really, I shouldn't, I don't know what to say. They don't sponsor me. Healthcabin.net does sponsor me. But I didn't get this RTA from them. I did get this and that other tank from them. And they've been good to me, and they're pretty good people over there. I mean, I have a small channel and they still sponsor me. That's amazing to me. That's goodness to me. I'm gonna get bigger, and I want to, right? I mean, that's the goal, isn't it? My goal is to help y'all. Truly it is. But I do want to grow, I'm not gonna lie. Anywho, for what it's worth, my brothers and my sisters, I'm out. The Enderman's out for reals.